I gotta go here. Gotta go here. There we go. Hey, how's it going? Out of all this, out of all the stupid, make sure I had mic. Out of all the stupid pin wrenches, or geez, yeah, all the snap ring pliers I got, could not find one to deal with that stupid snap ring off that ratchet from last week. Went to Harbor Freight today. Got me a little Quinn set, interchangeable heads. It goes from internal to external. And I found a set. Finally got that stupid ring off. Now I can finally get into this allanite from last week. So don't feel defeated finally. Not too bad here. We're at about 17 degrees outside. Oh, wait, sorry. That was an old one. 15 degrees. And yeah, we're good in here. Shop's at 45. So 45 degrees I'm good with. I don't mind. See if we can get some of the grime out of this. It is all gunked up really bad. I did have a cool, it's going to be part of one of my future video. Brain's not braining. Been a long week at work because whether or not had to go. But I got a Bonnie RF45. Just cleaned it up, got it. Now it actually ratchets. It was all gumped up, grimed up. This was so caked full of crud. It was horrible. So between that one, I'll have to work on this one. Got this. So I got both the RF22 and RF45. Total out the door for both of them with $9. So I was happy. Teeth don't look too bad internally. Gonna need some time on the wire wheel and the fiber wheels to fix some of the mess on it. and scrub out the crud that's caked in there. This right here, look at the chunks of crud coming out. Somebody put some grease in there a long time ago and never did a thing with it since. Of course, it is cold enough. Cold enough that spray cans don't want to spray. So did everybody get smashed with snow and ice? We got about 3-4 inches of snow, then it dropped 3 or 4 inches of ice on top. Well, I was getting into a fight with a Allanite made in Japan ratchet from last week because fighting with the ring. Snag new tool, another new tool. Snagged another new tool that allowed me to get the ring off. Don't know how well it's going to work. Figure what the heck. Give it a shot. Go for broke. What's the worst that could happen? I spend and take time and I fail. I wish it was just snow. I wouldn't mind 8 inches, 12 inches, even a couple years ago when we had 16 inches of snow. I don't mind that because it was snow. I could still push the truck through it. The fact that we had about that much snow, then about that much ice sitting on top, then the UV off the sun for the next day or two, it glazed everything down. Even that big truck, it was going sideways this way. It was in its own little world and it was doing its own cha-cha slide because it wasn't having it. My favorite red can. No offense to anybody, I'm still not a fan of the green California can. So cold in here, it doesn't want to spray. It just wants to spit and burble. I ain't able to see what I'm doing. Can't see what I'm doing. At least the crud's coming out. It's always good. Well, daggone, that cleaned it up super quick. They just let that. I thought I saw numbers here or something. I'll be happy if this one works out good. I left this stupid thing sitting on my desk so I could just stare at it and get frustrated with the fact that I was getting my butt kicked by the basic little snap ring. So anybody looking like uh anybody looking at this supposed round two? I know up north they're looking at some very much colder weather. But down here we could go from 0 to 6 inches is what they're guessing. Uh, we went from snow to flurries to no longer flurries. Uh, don't know whether the moisture is going to push south or not. Hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm not looking forward to it because, just fair warning, I'm on call. So if the phone rings, this has got to end it immediately because I have to fire up the trucking scramble into town. But I figured I'm still going to do it anyways, whether I'm on call or not. Well, they can keep it, send it down further south. Send it down there. Let them deal with it for once. Let them know what winter's all about. Not this spit of snow and a little chilly air, and everybody's acting like the world's coming to an end. I primarily, well, for the last couple days uh, at work, I'm still in just a hoodie, even in 30 feet in the air. I got guys, they look like the Michelin man. They're bundled up head to toe and everything in between. Okay, I think that might. No. Just got a little bit of debris in it. So we'll go with the easy can. If that's how that's going to be, I'll throw this in the trash. Just trying to. Down here, school is closed. But hey, how's it going? Yeah, schools are closed down here, but a lot of the rural areas, the roads are 2 3 inches of ice on it. A lot of the plows couldn't get through it. The small plows couldn't get through it. They ended up bringing uh, farm tractors in, and out on some of the main roads, they actually brought either Cat 140 or Cat 190s. God, I can't remember. The big excavators, or not excavators, but oh, geez, I'm just got to get up as stupid now. You know, I gotta try to remember what the proper name is. Cat, well, I think it was 190. Nope, maybe it's, oh, yeah, there we go. Grater. Jeez. Any other time I'd spit it out. So they had Caterpillar graders out, slow crawling the main roads, and that was the only thing they could do to get the ice, because the ice, when the ice locked in, even some of the dump trucks with plow blades couldn't get through the ice. It just locked it up tight. Listening for debris, anything that would cause. Nope, no more debris. Got a little crud up in here, but I can live with that. A little oil will work that crud out. Yeah, a lot of fun when I'm trying to scramble into town. I had fairly clean section of road. Then all of a sudden I look up and I see a big ass construction grader out there doing 5 miles an hour. I'm like, I am never gonna get past him to get to work. But he was a great guy, because when he realized there's a couple trucks behind him, he got off the road. Gotta tidy all this up. Gotta tidy this up. I think we may have a functional ratchet again. Yeah. No grittiness, no gunk. Nothing oozing out after being firebombed. We might have a win here. Use this to cut through everything. Use this just to wash it down. Oops. But I don't mind having some of the big heavy equipment out there. At least I know they're getting the job done. What drove me nuts is when I was working yesterday, I was in a residential neighborhood that had 3 inches of solid ice sitting on the asphalt. And what drove me nuts is they had guys in pickup trucks. They had guys in pickup trucks with little lightweight blades on them. They were going in there scraping, running the scrapers in the little scrapers. All they were getting off of it was residual snow or anything that came off a vehicle. Those guys were coming through there, and it was causing their blade to tip out. I came back a couple hours later to recheck what I had worked on to make sure that the problem was resolved. I came back through there. It was an absolute train wreck. Truck was sliding curb to curb, and I knew I was just waiting to smack into a car. It's just drove me nuts, because I'm sitting like, can you not understand what you're doing? The good thing is I did not have to go to work today. So I bet, because we were down at around 8 to 10 degrees last night. I guarantee you, everything they did down there, monkeying with the top of it, guarantee you, by this morning, that whole thing was an ice rink. Not me, not my problem. We did get to take off today and go get some groceries. Got some groceries, picked up the little my little partner in crime again. So, and of course, Grandpa had to buy something on at the store today. Then had to order something online. Hopefully that'll show up by next weekend. Now, that bulby tent works. We might be in business, guys. We might be in business. Not a fan of. My favorite. I love it. I hate it. I use this as a rinse. I guess you call the green can Tools Scope. The red can is going to be what? Listerine? Oh, firebombing it with the brake clean got down in the Baldy tent. Freed it up. Because I am able to move the Baldy tent and spin it, and I have no chunks out of it, no wear spots, no big rust spots either. A little stubbornness and a little persistence. I think we might win on this one. Okay. Change the pieces and tidy, tidy, tidy. Oh, I did find a problem. I did find a problem. Hey, how's it going? Oh, I'm usually on for a good while. So what we're going to do, we are going to go and the genius here forgot to set up over at this side. So welcome to the Blair Witch of the tool shops. Yeah, I think that might work. Hopefully it works. Can't see. Don't know. I usually don't use salt. And the one time that I have used salt, I just went and got salt for a water softener system. Then I put it in a soft container, smashed with a hammer into chromes. I try to stay away from salt. I know what it does to vehicles up north, because usually by the time you pay off the car, the floor pan and the frame's rotted out. Let's give this end's a little bit messed up. Looks better. No problems here, but I still want to tidy the tail end. The crumb's coming off it, so I'm not happy with that. Fun part being careful without tearing up the ball detent. Not saying that I've done that, but I had a friend, you know, he's about so tall, so wide. Oops, more than once. But how do you learn? Make mistakes. Definitely better. No flaking chrome on it no more. No chrome at all. The sides look pretty tidy. Cleaning around here the best I could. Like I said, I don't want to cause any bad spots on the ball detent. Well, moves freely. It just over tilts because it's not inside the housing. Tidy the outside of this up. I can always clean the inside over there. Little cheapo. Little allanite from Japan. Still got a little few blemishes because where the rust, it was sitting in rusty piles. I'm going to try to smooth it out so it doesn't start flaking off the chrome. Definitely looks better than I started with. But I figured it wouldn't be a bad one to throw in the truck, take to a junkyard, let somebody borrow. That way they're not touching my good stuff. It ain't gonna be perfect or pretty because I'm still learning how to do all this mess. Well, you still read allanite for the most part. You can see where it says chromo steel. I think this will work. I said it's not going to be perfect, but at least it's clean. Ain't the best metal either. Apparently it got a little warm over here, started to discolor. But still read allanite. The bad pitting spots are now smooth and flush. Don't have to worry about chrome flaking off. I don't mind tearing up my hands, putting holes in my hands. I do it all day, every day. I just have issues with chrome being lodged in my hand. That's bad for you. And just for giggles, I want to see if I can hit a little polish on it, see if it'll help. Hopefully it doesn't fling it all up on the yeah, better than it was. I did knock off a little bit of the etching, but or the stamping. It is what it is. Time for Blair Witch Part 2. Oh, crud. Let me get back and get caught up. Oh, okay. Oh. For the most part, usually, if I'm standing properly in front of it, this usually ends up splaying out. But I do watch as it goes here. I ain't gonna get too much longer because I'm not gonna lean into it and end up. I've seen the videos of guys with grinders, especially the ones when they put the sandpaper flat disc on it, then turn around and come back and rip a lot of it. Yeah, I don't need no more winter. Next weekend maybe, or no, the weekend after. I'm on call, so no more winter. I just got an El Cheapo. Well, I have a tray. I have a service cart tray. The problem is it's piled up with remnants of that box. That's why I kind of got to be off axis and kind of lean over to get to some of the grinders right now. But with the amount of stuff that come out of that toolbox and cleaning the toolbox with all the drawers, the uh, slides and everything I took apart to try to at least tidy it up to be a usable snap-on toolbox. I have nowhere to push and shove the cart, so I kind of got to navigate around. Oh, you. I think I put that away. Let me grab that one. Actually, let me grab all three of those. So yeah, I'm still dealing with a mountain of mess from that toolbox. That toolbox is just unbelievable at what it produced. I know I did a couple of them. Oh yeah. So there's the 3-pin punches that I worked on earlier today. The short one is about 6. But the big one that's ethyl, that one is 12. That's 12. And it's 3/8 diameter. Well, the 3 that I did, I like that one the best, where I did the 50-50 with the blue and the left the knurling shiny. I may go back and do that to this one. Blue the tip, and then the tail, and then leave that shiny. But these are some of the biggest punches, or at least the longest punches I have. This one's ethyl, these 2 are sterets. I have probably 6 to 8 more that came out of that box that badly need cleaning. couple of them are bent. So this guy, I think, worked for DuPont. I think that was one of the carts that they hauled around the shop when they were working on the heavy equipment. Now, let's go back a little bit. The threading in here will get super lube. But this, because the way it's built, you pack this with super lube, it's going to be restrictive, and it's not. It'll let crud build up in it. So in here, I usually use 3-in-1 when it's a one-piece assembly like this, but I put super lube up here in the teeth part. That way, there's a little extra. It's a little thicker, a little more resistance on the teeth. But this is just going to be your pivot point. So you don't want anything in there that's going to restrict the pivoting. Uh-oh. The silicone mat's finally showing its age. No garbage, no grit, no nothing. This will work. This will be a good usable ratchet again. Clean this mess up. And tidy up the inside of the ring, because this ring was grimed up, gumped up. It was a mess. It was a pain to try to disconnect. I'm backing away from cans because I don't know what they're using for a propellant these days, but if it sits too long, the propellant's gone. Uh, Now I have uh, done the dumb thing that mechanics have done for a long period of time, and okay, I'm just going to straight up fess up to it. I pulled the cap off, took my air hose, put a different tip on it, and hit it a couple times. Put air pressure in it to create a charge. The only bad thing about that, you don't know the integrity of the can. You don't know how much psi it can handle, and you risk a kaboom right in your face. But I've done the dumb. I've done it. I ain't gonna lie and try to say, "Oh, I've never done that." Uh, I've done it. Uh, I'm sure I was playing with fire because it's a matter of time. Going to hit it, hit it, hit it. There's going to be a weak spot in those thin, cheap cans, and that thing's going to explode like a grenade. What I've done lately is get Zip bottles. I pour, get it by the gallon jug, fairly awesome. And well, gotta love it cold weather. But WD-40 in a metal gallon can. Uh, just pour it in, spray what I need. Ends up being cheaper by the gallon than it does any other way. Thanks. Yeah, this is all Dremel crud. I've got micro tools and all that for RC cars. This is where I kind of play clean up, work on electronics, RC cars. I got the big bench for bigger projects. Now, gotta tidy up the core of this. Then we'll. Oh. Are you talking about these? The Dremel bits? Okay, these it's because of 357 Magdad. And apparently, don't quote me on it, what they claim is these are different grits. This is aggressive, and then it works down to a softer grit, which so it's dark green, dark blue, kind of a faded red, a light blue, a purple, and then a light green. Sweet, or something, whatever it's called. It's off Amazon, and got replacement discs. Pinches together, kind of like the cutting wheels and the where it's like with the original Dremel stuff, where the screw and it compresses in and holds. So under the screw, it's got a fiber washer under it. A fiber washer, probably can't see it, but a red fiber washer underneath it. They are directional. If you don't put it on the right direction, it'll rip apart and blow up. So depending upon how finesse you want to get with stuff, you can work through the different grits. Obviously, this one is seen better days because it's missing half the teeth. This purple has not lasted me long at all. But the light green one is ultra fine. It does light corrective work. Yeah, Magdad, this is what he uses all the time. So if you ever watch when Magdad's doing stuff and all of a sudden he puts on a disc that all of a sudden he's cleaning metal with, most likely it's one of those. I get a lot of, because of how many rusty tools I deal with and chase down and work with, I turn into a pin cushion because it's always throwing metal fibers all over the place. But with the amount of rusty tools I work on, I can't afford to spend, because I found a 3-pack of actual Dremel ones for $5. One for $20, I can get a whole container full of assorted bits and just fling the metal everywhere. They're very handy. This one's probably going to go to the dump soon because that one's pretty hammered. I could feel the bits flying out. Well, I'm going to put a new one in. Painfully slow. Too many things, working all week, plus too many other things going on. I don't have time to sit and try to warm up the garage so I can keep scrubbing on it. I did get, this drawer that has a little bit, this one's done. It's cleaned up and it's been waxed. The outside of the box has been wiped down, cleaned, and waxed. I just got 6 more drawers to actually scrub up, clean up, wax, get the rails tidied up. I got half the rails tidied up. I've got lithium currently on it. Then I'm going to take, because the lithium has had time to sit and dry, then I'm going to take a dab of fills, and then run it on the roller bearings, and then run it right in the tracks, and then that thing will it'll help the drawer slide so much better. Yeah, I don't mind. It's like, oop, hang on. Talk about being a pin cushion. Felt that one right through the shirt. I don't mind. I don't mind it being 40 degrees out here, but when you've got to use sprays and waters and soaps and stuff, it gets to be a pain in the butt, because it ends up it doesn't dry, or the chemicals don't dry. Um, whether you're using tub of towels spray or Goo Gone spray, uh, with these temperatures, it doesn't dry up enough. Now the Phil's waterproof grease, Rusty Dave's, dude. Uh, my buddy 30 years ago, it's almost 30 years old. It's a waterproof grease. It's ultra thin. And the funny thing is, it's kind of a green color, bluish green. It's for ball and roller bearings. I learned about this a long time ago. I had a dryer that had, I don't know how they can call it a damn bearing because it wasn't. It was a freaking metal wheel smashed onto a rod, and they called that a damn bearing. But it was squeaking because its contact point over time had warned where it was causing a lot of friction. It was causing a high speed friction squeal. So it's not cheap. I think it's like $22 for this little tube. And it just put a little bit on my finger, ran it around that, turned around, put the dryer back together, plugged it back in. The thing started spinning. Never heard a squeak from it again. I use it for a lot of other things besides bearings. Squeaky door pins. The squeaky door pins. I pull them out, clean them up. Then, like I said, I put a little dab on my fingers, and then I put it on the pin. Then send the pin back into the doors. I did the doors in the house here 8 years ago. Every door. So it's 3 pins per door, every door, whether it's the including the closet doors. Ultra thin layer, and put it on and here it is 8 years later. I only have one door that has a little bit of a squeak. So I like it. I'm pretty happy with the stuff. Like I said, it's not cheap. I think this little tube costs like $20, but I've had it for over 30 years, and it's probably 90% full. Don't use it often, but when I do, I just little tiny dab, just a little dab. For the old people that are out here, a little dab will do you. What was that Brill Cream commercial when we were younger? A little dab will do you. Well, that's all it takes with that stuff. So I figured putting that on the rails, the slides, and some of the bearings. That it should help that everything roll good, because the rails were in very bad corroded state. They still worked. It's taken a lot of soaking in simple green, then spraying it down. Then I've had to hit it with a scrub brush to try to clean where the metal to metal points are, because the garage that this was in, the whole house was falling apart. It was borderline being condemned. But almost everything in the garage had rust and corrosion and crud from water damage. But they also had some chemicals or something in one of the drawers that spilt and leaked out. So everything on the right side of that drawer, because of the holes that Snap-on puts in those drawers, everything went down and got up on the rails, tore them up. I think it's still $20 now. I don't think the price really has changed much. Now that you got me thinking about it. Phil's waterproof grease. Actually, you can get it on the Zon. It's $17.25 on the Zon. And they have a 16-ounce jar with a twist top on it. But that's 40. So this is only a 3-ounce one. It's Phil's waterproof grease. Amazon has it. Yeah, it's $17.25 on Amazon right now. And I just, like I said, ultra thin layer between metals, and it's done really, really good. I use it on the pins on my doors. I've used it on a dryer bearing. I've used it on probably 1,000 other things where I just put it on there to keep it, try to keep friction down. So I figured that would work good on the slides on the snap-on box, because on the side of the drawers it still comes out and has a channel. So I figured a thin layer on those where it sits in and hits the bearings, then it would should theoretically slide better. Let's see if I can knock the crud out of this one. Can't tell if that's just wear or debris. Nothing came off on the pick. Oh, yep. There's a little bit of gunk in there. Even though the wire brush isn't popping it out. So we're going to take the pick and go one groove at a time. If there's crud left in the grooves, it's not going to work. Well, it'll work, but it's going to end up chewing up the teeth. Okay, stop, turn. I don't want to have to go back over the same ones repeatedly. Yeah, there's crud in there that these that the wire bits are not taking off. That's why having these inexpensive dental picks is a great thing. I don't know where Mr. Dale got this one, but this one was a pretty solid pick. This one that he gave me back with other stuff back at Jacktown last year. As you see, it's right close to the desk and it gets used all the time. Probably can't see it, but there's a pile of crud there. Now, time to get hateful with stuff. Oh no, not SK. This is hard to see, but Allanite, made in Japan. It's the one I started and was getting my butt kicked with last live. With all the snap ring pliers I got, I could not find one that would support the little tiny holes in that one. Well, I ended up getting a Quinn that had a little micro teeth on it, and this happened to have the right size to be able to get in there and get the ring off. So what we're going to do, we're going to clean the inside of this since I scraped it. Scrub it with plastic $100 Harbor Freight scrub brush with the nylon bristles. So a little brake clean, a little scrubbing. Hope the brake clean doesn't melt these down. There's a good chance at it. Probably can't see in there now, but she's finally clean. The teeth in there, no debris in there. That's already been oiled up. Gotta get the crud off the hands. Because with the crud I got in my hands, it'll do bad stuff to super lube. Besides the fact that I've got metal debris on my hands, grease, grime, brake clean. LA awesome. I'm pretty sure chemically that would not blend too well. And unlike some people who put it together and then just plaster it in till it is completely packed. I don't, because you don't need a ton of grease. I found that if you overpack ratchets, believe it or not, you can actually cause a skip because it doesn't have it. It's overpacked, or when you do that, you don't hear it. You don't hear it actually engaging the teeth, because you got so much grease in between the teeth. It doesn't compress properly. Which is why, like when you're doing brakes and you work the pin on the brake on the caliper, you never put grease on the end of that pin when you're sending it in. If you put grease on the end of that pin and send it in, that pin's never gonna go all the way in. It's gonna stop. It's gonna hit a friction point, and it's not gonna be able to compress it, and it's just gonna be uh, the caliper pin will never go in. You might put grease on the rest of the pin, but the last quarter inch, I never put grease on. And definitely want to make sure there's no grease on the bottom of that pin when it goes into the caliper. So same principle, similar principle to that with this. You need a little bit of grease, but you don't want too much grease down in there, because it won't engage completely or properly. So it's just one principle I picked up that I've kind of always followed with. There we go. Now everybody gets to laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. It's amazing stuff. I've had this for over 30 years and rarely use it, but I love it. I think anybody that deals with good bearings or friction points, doesn't matter what they do, I think everybody knows about this. Kind of their little secret thing. Oh. So yeah, well, that was super lube I put just lightly on the inside there. But on the inside of the actual mechanism here, because it's just a pivot point where I did 3-in-1. Now we're going to have a good old laugh fest, because I'm not sure I'm going to. Well, doggone. I got my butt kicked on it last week. Can't knock Harbor Freight and their Quinn stuff, because Quinn to the rescue. Yeah. No slop. Okay, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Sorry. But my squirrels are not going to like these two tails somewhere over here. They have to be on the bottom side. Nice and smooth. I think this thing will last many more years. One last step, ball detent. That's the one thing. I've run into quite a few ratchets that I've gotten either free or for like 50 cents or a dollar because people say, "Oh, I can't get a socket. A socket won't go on it." Yada yada yada. And of course, that'd be a half inch. Yeah. So they say, "Oh, socket won't go on. Socket won't go on." So it's junk. It's bad. Okay, let me have it. Soak it. Get the ball bearing little detent there. Free it up. I put 3-in-1 down in there, and I just tried to do it without. But first, I just squeeze it in just to make sure there's plenty of 3-in-1 running around it, and then I'll take. Oh, these are assembly pliers, so that's why they have the odd shape. And then I can grab and rotate the little bearing, the press bearing in there. And by doing that, I'll also find out if there's any dirt, debris, or anything that got smashed up under it. It'll push it up if it's loose. No debris come out. One little tap tap. And we will call that ratchet a victory. Only took a week. So there we go. That's better. Of course, these have been well used, a little bit abused. Most of I got probable out of that toolbox. I think I have 75 that were survivors, and I've got about 20 or so that are Snap-on, Proto, Williams, where they literally broke the Allen piece. Or I have one running around somewhere. The thing looks like a corkscrew. And I don't even want to know what they did to take a 3/8 Allen on a socket and twist it to where it looks like a corkscrew. I don't even want to know what they were doing with that thing. Okay, tools clean, that can go away. But good little functional user. It'd be good for going to the junkyard. You know, definitely don't want to be taking a Snap-on or something to the junkyard. Enough people do that and end up losing and leaving their tools because they set it down or dropped it. It fell under something. Or be a good functional user if the kids want to use one. Leave my good stuff alone and leave the let the kids use it. If they want to beat it up, break it, or whatever, go have fun. Knock yourself out. Not out anything. It was part of the lot. It's all good. Oh, I need. There we go. I need a break. Oh. Oh. So another cool ratchet. I said it's not super duper high end. It's not junk. It's actually better than half the other overseas ones that I've run into. This is pretty solid. It's got to be older. I'm thinking this is not super old, but I think this is late. Uh, I think this is late. Got to be late '80s when Japanese tools started becoming a lot better than they were in the '70s. Because it's actually got some weight to it. Uh, doesn't flex. I mean, I hate to say it. I've got overseas tools from the '70s that I still have piled up somewhere. You can literally just put it in your hand and with your thumb put pressure up around the head of it, and you can actually feel it flex right in here in your hand. You can feel the bend and the give on it. But this one's pretty solid. All right, let's catch up on a message. I was talking about my 91%, 91% isopropyl, and I called it 91 proof. I wasn't thinking. Didn't even, but apparently Kurt saw that. 91 proof, huh? Yeah, I goofed. Now I have one I'm going to work on. Just strawberry. It's not like it used to be when we had quality vape shops. I got strawberry and mixed berry. And for the one that I have for at work at is watermelon ice. Let me grab the one that when I get my press fixed that I'm going to try to work on. I mean, I'm just going to work on it for just because. It's not like it was. Now, if you need to ratchet around the corner, that's where you get this one. Somebody put a cheater pipe on this and bent the snot out of it. The cool thing, it didn't break. There's not even stress cracks anywhere on it. It is a flex head, and it's got solid lockups. So it's a no name. There's no name on it, no manufacturer, no country of origin or anything on it. So I figure I'd knock the pin out, pull it apart, get it into press, and try to straighten it out again. It'd be a fun project just to see if I could do it. But I do like my 20-ton Harbor Freight press. Hey, how's it going over there? What time is it over there? Let's see. Backwards. So it's probably about 12, 13 hours, I'm guessing. I'm guessing probably 12 or 13 hours. So early to mid morning, I'm guessing over there. Oh, well, for me, it's going to be practice. I don't have a dake like Scout Crafter. I just got to get old Harbor Freight 20-ton bottle jack press. But I did have a failure with the original hydraulic jack. I had used it quite a bit over the last couple years, never had a problem with it. And then I didn't use it for 3 weeks. Wasn't crazy hot, it was just in the 80s. And it decided it's going to pour out all the hydraulic fluid out of it. Just dumped all over. The good thing is I had stuff under it, so it'll red rags and wood blocks that I use as support to support my projects as I'm pressing on stuff. So it's the red rags soaked up, and then I swap them out, and it kept soaking and just kept pouring out. No identifying signs of where the leak came from. I'm gonna unbolt it from that. I did purchase another 20-ton bottle jack from Harbor Freight. I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna line it up where I want it, get it centered where I want it. Then I'll mark it, and then drill holes through the bottle jack plate, and then bolt it in place. That'll give me time to tear apart the other bottle jack because it probably just has a bad seal in it somewhere. Hopefully, it's a seal that I can access and just get the seal replaced, and then put that 20-ton bottle jack back and get it back in action. How much is the bottle jack? I am not 100% sure. I got it. It was on sale. I got a discount, and then I had Harbor Freight money on top of it. So I knew I needed a 20-ton bottle jack for that. I didn't pay attention, just threw it in the cart. I hate to say it. It's one of the times I didn't look at the price. I just knew I had to have it. Had to drop it in the cart. Like earlier today, when I picked up the snap ring pliers, I had $5 that hang on, I think. Yeah, I had $5 I had to use by Monday. And we got the granddaughter over this weekend, so we're gonna be busy. I ain't got time to go play at Harbor Freight. So I figure since I constantly lose, well, I'm not convinced I lose them. I think I set them down next to the drill press, and I think they sprout legs overnight and walk away. But I'm always misplacing the chuck keys. So I figure if I had $5 to spend, these are $5. I'd order this or go pick one up since we're out shopping. Oh no. I got to the store. I went to ring it up early in the morning. Surprise. I think it was 30% off. So I had to go back, find something else. That's where I ended up with snap ring pliers that finally got this little bad boy working. I think next Friday, since I'm not going to fight with the wrench or the ratchet, I think I'm going to find a couple of the older wrenches, get the rust and crust off them, and maybe do a hybrid bluing. Blue the main body, but shine up the flats and the insides. So it'd be kind of fun to tape that area off, blue the rest of it, then try to shine up the flat sides where the sizes are, and then inside where the contact points are, leave those shiny. Just a rough idea, kind of like I did with this one. So it's blued here, shiny on the sides. You know, just do a hybrid. So this one's covered in fingerprints, obviously, but Yeah, it's a little Quinn set. It was, so it's got interchangeable tips, pin tips. Some are bent, some are straight. They use grub screws. And it came with a little tiny micro vinyl pouch, which I'm guaranteeing it was not going to last long. Come with a couple extra grub screws and a couple of other size pins. I got probably 14, 15 snap ring pliers in the toolbox, but none of them were small enough to fit that on that ratchet. But the cool thing about this one versus the other ones I got that are just either straight one piece, this one is internal and switch it external. And all you got to do is just flip the switch. So they're probably $14, $15 for Quinn. I'm actually pretty kind of happy with it. Be safe. Have a good one. Hope everything stays going good for you. I think these were, yeah, I don't know if I kept it or tossed it. I gotta empty the trash can. Nope. Actually, I know where I might have the receipt. Check email. I usually get it. Oh, there it is. There's my receipt. $13.99 for the Quinn snap ring plier set, but I'm not sure if it's all weekend. But if you're ITC, I think you get 30% off anything under $20. So it would take it from $13.99 to $9.79. So I ended up $8 and change. I got both of these. So I can't complain at all. I've already started the video already done the video on. I just gotta edit and all that. Well, I wouldn't say edit, just put it together, send it up. So I'll just open this. I mean, can't expect much for $5 for this. Oh, it's reversible. Cheap feeling, but it's just for a drill chuck anyways. Hard plastic, aggressive plastic here. That'll chew up your hands. It's not even soft rubber. This is that old school, old cheapo 80s free gas station screwdrivers from the 80s. That's how hard this stuff is. It was $5, but I'm gonna have to play with it. See if it hits the. Well, I can tell you one thing. Yep, nope, ain't doing that. Well, that was $5 out the door. Tooth pattern's not the same as the one that's on my drill press. So it was $5. Probably for might fit something else, but it's not going to fit the drill press, which is what I wanted it for. I figured I could keep that on the bench over by the drill press to help out. Call it a gimmick tool out the door. I did get a couple worked on this one earlier. Bonnie refrigeration ratchet. Got it all cleaned up and working good. I haven't figured out what year it was because I don't remember having too many Bonnies that are in the circle or oval. So this one's reversible, unlike some of the others I've seen that are flip flops. Oh, propane's running low. But what time is it? 10:30. I've been at this for quite a while. Been on for what, over an hour and a half now. I think I'm gonna have to bail out of here so I can get a cat nap because okay, I'm on call, so being over by the wire wheel and all that, I want to make sure I didn't accidentally miss an alert that I had an outage. That would not be good. I'm trying to explain why I didn't respond to an outage. But my call it a night. That way I can get some sleep, especially with round 2 of the weather coming in. I don't need. I got a feeling that the winds are going to be high. We're going to have a lot of power outages and other outages running around. So everybody have a good night. Be safe. As always, good luck in the hunt.